Good afternoon. My name is Douglas Browning. As Chair of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to welcome you to this meeting of the Compensation Committee. As a preliminary announcement, this meeting has been duly advertised as a public meeting in accordance with the Sunshine Act and is therefore open to members of the public as observers. Actual participation in the meeting is limited to members of the committee and to those the committee has invited in advance to take part. This meeting is being streamed on the university's YouTube and is also being recorded. The recording will be made available via the Board of Trustees website later this week. As announced, a quorum of voting members of the Compensation Committee is present for the transaction of business at today's meeting. The minutes of the December 21st, 2022 public meeting of the Compensation Committee were circulated in advance of today's meeting and are included in the meeting materials. May I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The minutes as circulated stand approved. As permitted by the Sunshine Act, the Compensation Committee convened an executive session prior to today's meeting for the purpose of discussing certain matters associated with the performance and compensation of university officers. However, no action was taken at that session. Earlier today, the Board of Trustees held a special meeting to elect Joan T.A. Gable as the 19th Chancellor and Chief Executive Officer of the University of Pittsburgh. This is an exciting day for the university as we have hired a proven leader who I am confident will capitalize on the great work of Chancellor Gallagher over the past 9 years and lead this university to even greater heights. I am looking forward to working with Chancellor-elect Gable and getting to know her better. We are here today to consider and approve the compensation package for the new chancellor. But before we get to those details, let me say a few words about the evaluation and due diligence we undertook to get to this point. When we had our compensation consultants, pay governance, conduct an analysis last fall of our officers compared to their peers, we found that Chancellor Gallagher's base salary had fallen below the 50% level of our AAU public university peers. While it was clear that some of that slippage was due to the fact that we had not adjusted the salary of our officers since December 2019 to take effect in January of 2020, it was also clear that our peers had hired their chief executives at base salaries that were as much as $275,000 more than our chancellor's base salary. We therefore knew that to attract the type of leader we believed this institution needed to continue to ascend to greater heights, it would be necessary to bring our new chancellor in at a salary that was significantly higher than that of Chancellor Gallagher. We as a board are also aware that many of our faculty and staff salaries need to be adjusted to remain competitive with our AAU peers, and we are committed to supporting the ongoing efforts of the administration to close the gap as soon as possible. In advance of today's meeting, a resolution was circulated to members of the Compensation Committee that reflects the compensation package for Chancellor-elect Gable. It states, let me see the motion, there it is. It states that whereas the Board of Trustees at its special meeting on January 3rd, 2023, elected Joan T.A. Gable, President and Chief Executive Officer of the University of Minnesota System and the Twin Cities campus as the University of Pittsburgh's 19th Chancellor effective July 17, 2023. Now therefore be it resolved that based on the benchmarking and compensation study commissioned by the board, the Compensation Committee hereby establishes the annual base salary of Chancellor and Chief Executive Officer Gable at $950,000 effective July 17, 2023. In addition, Chancellor Gable shall receive an annual payment that is equal to the positive difference between $150,000 and the contributions made by the university on our behalf on or before June 30 of each year, and this is with respect to her retirement. Resolved that to ensure the university's remarkable record of progress is sustained, retention of the Chancellor and Chief Executive Officer is a priority of the board. Therefore, Chancellor and Chief Executive Officer Gable will receive 5 annual $2,000 deferred retention incentive. I'm sorry, 200,000. Forgive me, 200,000 deferred retention incentive payments that will vest only if she does not voluntarily resign from her university position or is not dismissed from that position for cause prior to June 30, 2029. In addition, Chancellor and Chief Executive Officer Gable will be eligible to receive $100,000 retention payments on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th anniversary of her start date if she does not voluntarily leave the chancellor role or is not dismissed from that position for cause prior to those dates. And resolved that in light of the tax complications that may arise because of her transition from one institution to another, Chancellor and Chief Executive Officer Gable shall be entitled to reimbursement of $5,000 worth of tax preparation and planning services, in addition to those available to other officers of the university during the first year of her tenure. May I have a motion for the resolution?
So moved.
May I
Second.
have a second?
Second.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing no opposition, the resolution stands approved. Is there any new business to be brought before the Compensation Committee? If not, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.